Yes, sir.
So first we'll see the introduction to embedded systems. So the embedded system mainly consists of two things. One is hardware and the another one is software. Without hardware the software cannot be there, and without software the hardware, both are very much important for an embedded system. So what is an embedded system? So embedded system can be represented by using a hardware description language. So that is, for the using a software we are going to represent the hardware to perform a specific function. So only the name comes as the hardware description language. So the next comes the introduction to embedded system. The contents goes like this: the software engineering, and what is the software we are going to use for the embedded system. That is nothing but embedded C. Computer architecture. So what is the architecture? Different types of architecture we have, in that which architecture we are going to use for different applications, and mainly the thing is operating system. So which operating systems we are going to use for the specific applications, and the digital systems. So what types of digital systems we are going to use, and how fast it can interpret to the real time applications and the embedded systems. And we are going to see a little content on about the practical works, programming practice by using embedded C. So next comes the embedded systems overview. We know that the computing systems are everywhere. Without computer, the world will not exist now. Most of us think of desktop computers generally. In the olden days and even today, that is nothing but the PCs, personal computer, and laptops, and mainframes and servers. So the mainframe and the servers, we know that that is used for mainly for the ATM applications, so automatic teller machine. So here we'll be having a main server at a place, and using the mainframe software we are going to uh, communicate with the system, and we are going to debit the amount from our account. So but there is another type of computing system which is going to do the same work repeatedly. So that is nothing but an embedded system. So we can tell the embedded system, it is going to do the work repeatedly. It is going to do the same work like a washing machine or a digital camera. So what is the digital camera? It captures the image, and the image is processed using a processor, and then it is going to deliver it as an image. Okay, deliver it as an image. It is going to produce the same operation repeatedly. So only generally we tell what is an embedded. We don't have an exact definition of an embedded system. So the embedded system can be generally defined as, it's a computer system which will be doing the work repeatedly, the same work. So we can take the example of the another thing also, like washing machine. So what is a washing machine? It does, we know that first we have to load the clothes, and then it is going to take the water. So it is a, for the specific application we will be giving the coding, and it is going to perform the same operation repeatedly. So washing machine is generally, it is going to wash, rinse, and then it is going to squeeze. So these are the repeated operations that the washing machine is going to perform. So let us take the example of a printer also. So what is the printer does? It gets the details from the what it is going to file from the system, and it is going to give the output in the form of a printer, printing image. Okay, so the same thing is only like a pager. What's a pager? Pager is going to send messages. It is going to perform the same operation repeatedly, and we will be having a hardware and a software for a particular application, where the software for the particular application is embedded on the hardware, and it is going to perform the repeated action, the same action repeatedly. So we call this as an embedded system, because we are going to embed and software for a specific application, and we are going to in the hardware, and we are going to do the embedded operations. Okay, so this we call it as an embedded system. So next comes the here we are going to see a short list of embedded systems. So as I told you before, it is nothing but a washing machine, digital camera, and a video recorder, and printer, mobile phone, and washing machine, and again you may ATM machine, okay, automatic teller machine, and also even now today we have advanced car system, like it is the embedded system is going to control the brakes if any of the emergency situation is required, and cruise control, that is the availability of the petrol, everything we are having in a sophisticated manner in the latest cars. This everything it comes under the embedded system, which is going to perform the same operation repeatedly. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are loading a software for the specific application into the hardware, okay, and we are going to perform the same operation. So this is nothing but it is an embedded system, and a software language which you are going to use is basically an embedded C programming, and or we may be using the like hardware description language, the software which you are going to use, so that will be understandable by the hardware by using the hardware description language. Then comes how many do we use, how many processor we will be used. So averagely 40 to 50 embedded processors is used generally, like microwave oven. Yeah, microwave oven, what does it use, what is the work of the microwave? It is going to heat, or it is going to cook for some time. And luxury cars, as I told you before, have over 60 embedded processors for each control, like brakes, transmission, steering windows, and ignition. And personal computers have over 10 embedded processors. So with this is a little introduction about the embedded system. Thank you.